Hi, we're just going to get right into this body weight workout today. My name is Kaylee. When you're ready, you can meet me standing. You do not need any equipment whatsoever for this workout. Just start standing, bring your feet a little wider than hips distance. You can turn your palms face forward and just bring the arms a little away from the body to find that lift through the chest. Take a couple gentle circles with the head and the neck. To breathe in a way that helps you feel a little bit more tuned into your body. We've got a pretty quick warm up for this workout. So the more you can connect to your breath and settle into the body, the more connected you'll be to how we move throughout the rest of the workout. All right, let's take some shoulder circles, bend the elbows to start. Really shrug the shoulders up into the ears. See if you can find a stretch, maybe even through the side waist, the sides of the body. Perhaps you take the arms long here, if that's feeling okay in the shoulders. I'm gonna circle it backward for 3, switching to forward in 2 and 1. All right, shoulder circles forward here, opening up through the back of the shoulders, that space between the shoulders there. Nice deep breaths. Maybe you take the arms long, swimmer movement here. All right, we're gonna pause, bring one knee up into the chest, give it a little squeeze, and then just swap it out. So alternate, starting to find your balance a bit. Because this is a body weight workout, we are gonna do some more dynamic movements. When you don't have extra load, when your hands aren't full with dumbbells or whatever, it's a nice opportunity to practice a little bit more dynamic strength and stability. All right, and both feet down, you can bring your hands to your hips, or maybe you bring your hands to a wall or a chair. Let's just get some heel raises in, and then we're gonna get right into it. Our first set is a squat, and then we've got a pulse push-up. Press down through the balls of your feet, and then meet me with the feet about hips distance, maybe a little bit wider. You can test it out. First couple reps, just kind of see how the body's feeling. No need to take it to your fullest range of motion or your greatest speed just yet. Make sure the knees feel good. Knees are tracking the toes. Make sure the muscles in your legs are starting to light up. So real mindful movement. All right, I've got my hand on that second hand. We're going to be taking all of these movements for anywhere from 30 to 90 seconds. I'm going to be totally honest with you. It's going to have a lot to do with how my body's feeling. So if you're not getting enough or you're getting too much, feel free to pause the video, to speed it up. Do what you need. Take as much of this as you need and leave the rest. So the goal anytime we're working out is to build the body up, to take care of yourself, maybe your mind, your mental health, as well as physical well-being. To give yourself this movement, this workout, this attention, so that you have a little bit more to give to others. All right, meet me in a plank pose in 3, 2, and 1. Meet me in a plank. So hands are underneath your shoulders, feet are back behind you, about hips distance, and then see if you can bring your hips in line with your shoulders. Option to stay right here, option to lower the knees. Either way, we're going to take little pulses down and back with the elbows. So slightly out with the elbows, tiny little pulses, core stays strong. You could be on your toes, or you meet me on your knees. But we're working into the upper back. So the reason we're doing pulses instead of full range is so you can really focus on engagement of the muscles and activation. So you're not dumping into the shoulders, not dumping into the low back. Stay spacious in the low back. All right, I'm going to aim for 60 seconds of all of these. So we've got 10 more here. If you need a little bit more, lift the knees for the last few, or take full range push-ups. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, stand up, take a recovery breath or two, maybe shake out the wrists, get soft through the hands again. Big deep breaths. So we've got 30 seconds of recovery, and then we're going to move into set 2. Super quick workout. We're gonna be doing a squat with a reverse lunge. So meet me with the feet underneath the hips here. Take your squat, bend the knees down, stand it up, step one foot back, and then step it in. So squat, we'll trade legs up, step back, step forward. Take it low at the top, take it high, step back for your lunge, step forward. Drop, lift, leg back, leg forward. Meet me when you're ready. Feel free to take out either part of this movement if you'd rather focus on that reverse lunge or that squat. Whatever you choose to do here, can you stay real mindful and deliberate about how you're moving your body? Using the strength of your skeletal muscle instead of dumping into the joints anywhere. And then push into your feet. Those of you that need more, reach up as you step back. All right, we're gonna take it just to reverse lunges. This is feeling like a nice challenge. Meet me in your reverse lunge or stick it out with your squats. Arms coming up overhead as you step back. There's just a little bit more of a cardio component. We're gonna add a pulse, a little finisher for this movement. So we're not doing anything twice in this body weight workout. Pause in one of your reverse lunges, little pulses. Dig that front heel down. Feel free to bring your hands down. 9, 8, 7, keep pressing into the feet and squeezing for 4, 3, 2, 1. Just trade it out, other side. 12, 11, 10, keep the jaw soft. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, step it back to your plank. The legs get a little break. We're in a high push-up here. We're gonna alternate between plank and side plank. So swivel your heels to one side and then lift the arm up. Nice deep breaths. Bring that top hand down, swivel the heels to the other side and lift the opposite arm up. Take big relaxed breaths. And come back to plank and then alternate side to side. Take this at a pace that lets you feel like you're moving really precise. Maybe getting a little bit of oblique action through the sides of your waist here. My intention with this workout is really to create something that is doable when you're short on time, but that still gets you to that place where you feel like you are getting a good burn and maybe getting the heart rate elevated. I know I certainly am. Only here for 10 more seconds. Little break in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breather, maybe walk it out, step it out. Notice if the wrists are getting real tense after those push-ups. You can soften, maybe roll them out a bit. Our next set is a squat to a lateral leg lift, and then we've got a kneeling kind of push-up variation. So squat to lateral leg lift is going to get us glute medius and that hip abduction going, which is really important. So meet me just in a side step to start. Stepping it side to side, maybe feeling into those muscles, right in that kind of outer hip socket area. And then when you're ready, take it into a squat. We're gonna stay on one side. Lift one leg up. Come back to your squat and then lift. Keep going just like this. You have the option, if you're near a wall or you've got a chair nearby. Talking gets hard when you're out of breath and your muscles are feeling it. You can absolutely use something. So it's real for your balance here. I'm gonna go for aiming for 60 seconds on each leg. Feel free to hold the squat. Another option, if this balance is just really challenging for you, is to step out to the side, and then you'll switch it up pretty dramatically by bending into the knee that's stretching out to the side. And I stick with my lateral leg raise, but do what's best for you. And sometimes let what's best for you be different, and let what's best for you be a little bit, challenging. It's okay not to get it right. We're switching legs in 3, 2, and 1. As long as you're moving in a way that's safe in your body, you're good. You're doing great. I am not the most coordinated human. I am far from it. In fact, just telling my right and my left from one another can sometimes be wildly challenging. I know when I'm teaching group classes, there is more times than I'd like to admit where I love the right and left cues. So give your brain and your body time to learn different movement patterns. Just because it doesn't come easily the first time doesn't mean that there's not a huge benefit. See if you can encourage yourself when something's feeling a little bit wonky or you're not quite getting the movement pattern. Be really encouraging with yourself. Like, how would you treat a kid who's just learning to ride a bike? Ooh, here for 5. For 4. I'm taking it to a plank in 3, 2, and oh goodness. Thank goodness the legs get a break. We're coming into upper body and core. Meet me on your plank, and then walk the toes in just a bit so that you can hover the knees, if you're hovering right underneath the hips. We're going to step 1 foot at a time back to plank, and 1 set of toes at a time back to your knee hover plank. Hovering tabletop here, pressing the floor away with your hands, staying long in the lower back, maybe finding the tiniest tuck to the tailbone so your pelvis isn't tilting back. And then imagine that the front side of your body, your lower abdomen, lifting up without moving the ribs or the butt up. Last 10 seconds here. We got 1 more set after this. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees. Sit down onto your heels. Roll out through the wrist. Oh, nice deep breaths. Give yourself a little, not quite downward, just taking a recovery moment here. Give yourself a little cross body tug. Keep the blood moving, but let the heart rate come down a bit. Let's rest for 10 more seconds. And then we're going to set up in bridge. Do a little bit more lower body, a little bit more core. So meet me on your back with your knees bent and your feet planted underneath your hips. Tiny tuck to the tailbone here. Squeeze your butt before you lift the hips. So you might feel the tailbone start to peel away from the mat, but you're not actively lifting the hips yet. And then once you've got that glute activation, go ahead and lift. First bridge pose, just find that sensation, push the feet straight down. And then lower the hips back down. All right, lift it back up to bridge. Lower the hips back down. Move at a pace that you feel good about, that feels challenging, but that you're not using a bunch of momentum. So control that lowering portion, as if you're trying to set your butt down onto, I don't know, like a feather or something, and you don't want to crumple that feather, or a really soft cloud. Lower down nice and slow. Option to stay right here with both feet down. So you've got this bilateral force going through the hips and the pelvis. If you want a little bit more, walk the feet closer together and then lift the right heel. So you're on the right toes. Maybe you lift the right leg all the way up. So this right leg becomes basically like a giant dumbbell that you're placing on that left hip to load the left leg a bit more. Right, so we're just using our body weight to increase the load into that left glute and hamstring. Maybe you feel it in the quad as well. However many more you're gonna do, we're here for 5 more seconds, and then we're gonna rest before we switch legs. 3, 2, and 1. Not really rest. Windshield wiper the knees for a second, side to side. Bring your hands back behind the nape of your neck. Elbows are out to the side. All right, coming into core work. Take a big breath in. Open your mouth. Let it go. Right elbow is going to come toward that left knee. Come back to the center. Maybe don't lower the head all the way down. This time, extend your left leg. Bring your right hand to your left foot. Come all the way down. We're going to switch sides. Left elbow, right knee. Left hand, right foot. Back to center. Right to left elbow. Right hand to left foot. Keep going side to side. Same thing here. If the coordination is just really tripping you up, maybe just take some bicycle crunches or some other kind of core work that you know supports you feeling strong in your center. I get quiet when I'm working really hard. Keep it up, you're doing great. And make sure that that internal dialogue is encouraging, right? So the way you talk to yourself is going to make a huge impact on your experience of this workout, but also the rest of your life. You know, I'm setting up for the holiday season here, trying to really have the most positive and optimistic mindset possible, right? Acknowledging that inevitably there's going to be stressors, but I'm going to do my best to work through them. Once more in each direction. All right, feet down. Shift yourself back if you manage to wobble off of the surface that you want to be practicing on. Tuck the tailbone a tiny bit, push the feet down, squeeze the glutes and lift up. All right, this time we've got our glute bridges, lifting and lowering, going right through the center. Maybe you notice the left leg, or the back of the left leg feels a little bit more fatigued than the right. If you joined me in that unilateral, that single leg, you're going to join me again there. Bring the feet a little closer together, dig the right heel down, lift the left heel to start, keep your movement going, your dynamic movement going. If that's feeling pretty good, if you're still able to keep that engagement in the right butt cheek, maybe you lift the left knee. This leg feels a lot tougher. I can tell my body's starting to max out on its aerobic function, right? The oxygen's getting a little bit depleted, which is normal, right? We're gonna stimulate the body to improve its cardiovascular function. When we get toward that edgy place, here for 10, moving at your own pace, keeping it nice and clean through that movement. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last set of abs. Let's just get right into it. Bring your hands back behind the nape of your neck, and then alternating elbow to knee, hand to foot, side to side. Full disclosure, my clock is now behind my laptop. Okay, there, I got it. I can see it with my eyes if I sit up high enough. 40 more seconds, just like this. Because you are on your back, you might be able to move a little quicker. No need to straighten that top leg all the way up unless you want to. Ooh, not quite making that connection anymore. I'm gonna slow it down and see if I can clean it up. Last 10. Oh, so close here. And we are done. Oh, bring your arms to a goalpost or a T. Windshield wiper the knees gently side to side. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe you let the eyes close down. Anytime you want to let out a big kind of noisy exhale, please go ahead and do so. When I'm practicing in my own space and there's no one else around, one of the most cathartic parts of a home workout is being able to make any sounds that you want or need without worrying what other folks are going to think, or if you're going to disturb anyone else at the gym. Bring your knees into your chest, grab hold of your kneecaps with your palms, and then just circle the knees in opposite directions. So you can get a good grip on the knees with your hands, so you're not really using the legs, you're moving the legs with the arms. So let the muscles in your legs kind of go lax here. Switch the direction of those knee circles. You are in a huge hurry. I'm going to invite you to just drop right into 3 deep breaths. If you've got time to join me for a little bit of a cool down, please stick around. Bring your hands behind the knees. And then alternate kicking one leg at a time. So this portion of your workout, for me, it feels like I'm building trust with my body, that I'm never just going to show up and like beat up on it really hard without giving it a little bit of TLC. Make sure that after that workout, things are being well cared for and moving really smooth. Make sure the knees feel like they're moving smooth after those squats and lunges that we did. All right, rock yourself up to a seat and then meet me on your hands and your knees. And bring your left hand, either hand, bring one hand right behind that same side ear, and then rotate, press the bottom hand down to twirl the chest up, and then bring that top elbow to the bottom elbow. Couple like that, inhale up, exhale it down. Then next time you've got that elbow up, go ahead and extend it, whatever side is extended, bring that foot forward. Take a bigger twist, stretch back through that other leg. Kind of an awkward transition there, sorry about that. And then frame out that front foot, finding a little hamstring stretch here. Move through your front ankle a bit, point and flex. I'm going to rebend the front knee, walk the hands inside of that front foot, bring that back knee back. Circle your shoulders over your wrists a couple times, maybe cat cows, move around in whatever way you're feeling called to move. All of our bodies have a lot of wisdom, a lot of intuitive awareness of what's going to be most helpful. Bring the other hand, the one that you haven't done yet, back behind that ear, and then find your T-spine rotation and extension on this side. Really go big, press that bottom hand down. Moving through the fullest range of motion that you comfortably can. Next time that elbow's up, raise the arm all the way up and then step that same side foot forward. So you're in a twist. You lengthen out back through your back leg. Top hand comes down outside of the front foot. And then just straighten and rebend that front leg a couple times until you can settle into that hamstring stretch. And some ankle and foot mobility, and wiggle the toes. All right, bring that top foot back across your ankles. Sit your butt down, scooch forward onto your mat, and then extend your legs or onto your floor. So if you didn't need any equipment, you really don't. You don't even need a mat. Extend the legs, keep a soft bend in the knees. Lengthen your spine and bring your rib cage towards your thighs. Maybe bend the knees even more so that you can create that connection. And then just melt forward, starting to slowly let the legs stretch out in front of you. Rock your head, unclench your jaw, soften the muscles around your eyes. And then slowly start to roll it back up. Bring your right knee into your chest, lower down onto your back. Guide the right knee across your body for a spinal twist. And come back to center, bring the left knee in, let the right leg stretch. Take that left knee across your body for a twist. Back to the center, extend both legs long. Put a lot of space between your heels. Let your arms drop down by your side. Take 3 mindful breaths here. Just tuning into the sensation of your breath, affirming that you did enough, that you had a great workout, great effort in taking care of your mind and your body here. So if you can hang out longer and it would feel good for your nervous system to stay in Shavasana, or maybe to take some more gentle stretches, please do so. Otherwise, if you're ready to move on with your day, work your way from your back up to a seat. We'll take one last big cleansing breath together. If you're still with me, inhale the arms over your head like you're gathering up a lot of energy here. And then draw all of that energy down to your heart as you exhale, palms to heart center. Awesome work. Thanks for joining me. Let me know if this was helpful and what else you might like in the future. All right. I'm wishing you all of the best health and wellness.